Hey, I'm Nick Fahringer. Some people say Nick Fahringer. It's a German, so if we want to get technical, it's Fahringer, but I like to just be a little lazy with it and say Fahringer. Where I get my enjoyment out of racing, what makes me happy is being in that state of flow, just not thinking about anything and riding at my optimum, which to me, it's really hard to get that anywhere else. Winning, would make anybody happy, but I've had great rides where I didn't win and I put in an honest effort, and I put in I rode in the state of flow the whole time. And usually when that happens, I'm competing to win, but sometimes there'll be that section where something went wrong, or I've got one of my traditional slow starts, and that might keep me from winning. But if I can end the day flowing, then I'm happy. Back in 2011, I was riding the 4-stroke Husaberg, and we made a switch to the 2-stroke mid-season. They just brought him over, and I was riding real well at that point. I was fit, I was pretty happy with everything, and I told him, I might race a 2-stroke, let me try it. And I tried it, and I was significantly faster on my test track. So I was like, let's race this bike. And it was basically a stock, it was a demo bike. It was a bike they used at a dealer show that the dealers thrashed all day. And I wasn't pumped on riding a bike like that, but I was like, that's what I got, I'm fast on it, it's fun. So I went out to the, I guess it was the Jack Pine National Enduro in Michigan, and I won there, and it wasn't, a commanding win, but it felt good, it felt right. I went into that race with a lot of confidence, and I was stoked. To win was big, but just the feeling of how I rode that day was kind of more than that, and I ultimately I wanted to go do that again at the next race. So we went out to Pennsylvania for the next round, and I felt like I really took a commanding lead on that race, and I rode stellar and won that one. And it was unfortunate I blew my knee out between that race and the next event, which was in Ohio. So kind of a hometown race, but I had never been to that venue before. But it felt like home. It's sort of similar terrain, a lot of familiar faces, and just the atmosphere around me coming in after winning so much. And despite the injury, I won the opening test, which for me was huge. And I had no pressure, no worries. It was just, let's ride this out, and then I'm going to go get a knee surgery. And winning that one felt good because it just happened. And to try and get back there is obviously the goal right now. The AirGroup team has been in existence for probably 4 years now. Jack Morrison is kind of the head at the division of the AirGroup office that he's at in Nebraska. And he's just an enduro enthusiast. He's a real great guy, and he's been coming to the National Enduros and supporting the sport and supporting some riders along the way. And as his team has progressed, they've built with more riders and more support. And I came on board and we were riding Husabergs at the time, and that was for the 2013 season, and it was a solid year for me, my most consistent run. I got second in 2 championships, National Enduro and OMA, and it was fun. It's kind of a low pressure, have fun atmosphere, and we've got great support. This year with the AirGroup team for 2014, we're riding Husqvarna 2-strokes. I've got a teammate, Ryder Lafferty, and pretty familiar name, obviously the nephew of Mike Lafferty. He's a talented young kid, and he's driven to do good. You can see it when he's out there. He tries hard, and at his age to be doing as well as he can, he'll be somebody to look out for probably this weekend. But it's fun because we've got a lot of good people around it. Steve Hatch has been helping myself on the team, and we've got a new mechanic, a friend of mine, Jamie from Ohio, that's coming to the races now, helping prep the bikes. And everybody's just been real positive, and we're having a lot of fun just being at the races and going enduro riding.